Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know it's early and I'm just up on my way to work, but I had wanted to chat with you guys. We'll drop a little jewels, as they call it, as far as co-signing and authorized users. Now, I don't know how many of you know the difference between a co-signer and an authorized user, but here's a little bit of information real quick for you. A co-signer, when you co-sign for somebody, you're putting up your credit for that person. Meaning, whatever, say if it's a car, you co-signing for a car. Your name, that car is going to be on your credit. When you co-sign for somebody for a car, that car is going to be on your credit. So the moment that person misses a payment, that missed payment reflects on your credit as well, not just the person who you co-sign for. So that's when you co-sign for somebody, you basically using your credit. Your credit, the car is going to go on your credit. That account is going to go on your credit, positive to start off, because it's always start off positive. And then the moment that person misses a payment, is going to go into negative standard, and it's going to affect your credit, which we all know payment history can drop your score. That's a big part of your credit. That's 30% of your credit. That can drop your score tremendously. So that's what happens when you co-sign for somebody. Now, when you add somebody as an authorized user, it does not affect your credit. When you add somebody as an authorized user, you're basically adding them onto your credit card to help them establish credit. So if your credit is better than, say that your credit is 750, and you got good payment history, you add them as an authorized user on that credit card, the credit card you had the longest, because you want to have payment history for that credit, because that person needs to develop history. So you want to use the credit card that you had the longest, that's in good standard, you've never been late on. You add them as an authorized user for that card. Now, that helps them build credit. It doesn't affect your credit in any type of way. It will only affect your credit if you actually give that person a card and have them responsible for making payments and all that other stuff on that credit card, and they don't, and they pay late or whatever the case may be, then it affects your credit. But 9 times out of 10, you don't have to give them that card. You're just helping them establish credit. So when that card come in the mail, because you're definitely going to get a card in that person's name in the mail. When that card come in the mail, just shred it up, cut it up, whatever, get rid of it, put it in your drawer, put it up for later or whatever, in case you want to use it as a backup. But that's the difference between co-signing for somebody and putting somebody on your credit, adding somebody on your credit as an authorized user. So remember, when you co-sign for somebody, you're basically putting up your credit. So anything that person do on that account that you co-sign for, if they're late, that affects your payment history. And when you add in somebody as an authorized user, you're pretty much helping them establish credit. Like I said, don't give them the card unless you really trust them, but I wouldn't give them the card because you just want to help them establish credit. So, they can build credit history, payment history or whatever the case may be. So, that's just a little bit of jewels for you guys, the difference between co-signer and adding somebody as an authorized user.